Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chikako, your illustrator friend. This is a safe place for all of us creatives pursuing art. If you're watching my video for the first time, nice to meet you. Do you want to teach something that you know? When you keep doing one thing for a while, you might start thinking, what if I teach this to someone? Or someone might come and ask you, how did you do that? Before I became a full-time artist, I taught over 1,000 lessons for students who want to learn Japanese. In my artist career, I also had in-person workshops, including origami, drawings, and digital illustrations. So I believe that I can share my experiences from teacher's perspective. In this video, I will talk about 5 things for teaching in general for both one-on-one and group settings. Those are the contents I speak today. When will I be ready? What if I can't answer questions? Importance of preparations. My tips for your anxiety in public. And next action for your first lesson. For me, teaching is quite fun and engaging. It also keeps me motivating and staying curious. Just so you know, I'm not talking about being hired as an art teacher. It's more about you want to teach as a freelancer. So let's get started. When will I be ready? If you are still watching this video, I think that you should do right now. Do you want to know why? Because you will never feel that you're ready. Even if you read books about teaching method or fill your brain with lots of knowledges, including this video as well, taking action is much more practical. You will never forget your first lesson. It's a big achievement. But trust me, you probably think, I should have done that. Or, I could do this differently. To gain teaching experiences, you will collect those, I should have done that moment. And you'll be more adaptable in different types of situations and get better at teaching. If you're not confident enough to charge people yet, start by offering free sessions. Just cover the room or material fees and let students know that this is your first session. Don't be afraid to give your time for free, but be eager to gain your experience instead. Write down all the questions you got from students and ask them feedbacks. Ask questions like, which part was fun or difficult? Was there enough time for content? How was the volume of my voice? How did you find about my event or class? Before teaching someone that you don't know, you can also ask your friend or family to be your first student. But take it seriously. Check the time and prepare for the content and ask serious feedback. For your first session, I recommend you to teach someone who is completely beginner, not knowing anything about what you do. They tend to ask simple questions, so you will not get overwhelmed by unexpected questions. I still remember my first lesson. It was 30 minutes long, and I was sitting in front of the computer 1 hour earlier. My hands were trembling, I was sweating a lot. It's very normal that you feel anxious during your first teaching experience. What if a student asks something that I don't know? This was my biggest fear when I started teaching. But teachers are human too. There are plenty of things that teachers don't know yet, and that's okay. What's more dangerous is giving an uncertain answer and your student believes that is correct. The best thing to do is Simply you just say, "Oh, sorry, I don't know." But doing this is surprisingly difficult from the beginning. Wait a second, I'm still figuring out the light condition in this room. It's like I'm having a very strong sunlight on my right side. Alright, so when you encounter a question that you cannot answer, tell them that you still don't know, but you will provide your answer via email or next section as your homework. You show your professionalism by staying calm and being responsible, not by knowing everything about the subject. The more you teach, the more you will recognize the common questions. Teaching is constant learning, so don't worry about not knowing everything. Preparation is a must. Preparation is the most important thing, whether it's one-on-one lessons or group lessons. What you can prepare is a timeline. Let's say you have 15-minute sessions. What are you going to do with those 15 minutes? Let's make a bullet point list to make sure you flow. What will the final result be at the end of the class? If it's art process, you can also bring some samples showing how you do it, or print in some guideline. Ideally, you want to leave a few minutes for questions, so you have flexibility with time. Especially if it's your first time teaching experience, do a mock-up lesson. It even doesn't have to be a person. It could be like anything like Golden Pig or whatever. But the point is, practice explaining. When you are nervous or doing something unfamiliar, your sense of time could be a bit different. It could be going faster or slower. At the same time, you also tend to speak faster. Speak slower, and your students are consuming new information that you bring. Preparation is a key, not panicking. Once you know what you were supposed to do, you will feel more ready and secured. To get a clear idea, I also recommend you to be a student for someone who is already doing it. And while you're joining as a student, imagining how you manage the class and observing the teacher. See how they teach and how they use materials. Observe as much as you can and get some useful part for your future lesson. In the end of the lesson, if it's possible, going to teacher saying hi and asking how the process goes for teaching, or how do they get the spot, or how do they gather people. Anything that could be useful, and stay connected. I like teaching, but at the same time, I'm a student in many ways. Recently, I'm taking a random Thai massage course. I enjoy learning new things and being a student. For your anxiety, let me humbly say that teacher's job is not showing off what you know. It's about interaction. Participant's eye tells you a lot, especially when you feel nervous. Silence in the classroom could be a scary moment for you. But remember that you are sharing the moment with someone who are curious to know. When you're not sure if you're doing okay, ask them, like, do you have questions? Or what do you think about it? Of course, you need a balance too. If you let people to talk the whole time, probably your time will be running out. What I want to say here is you don't have to keep speaking the entire time as if you're emperor of the classroom. You're just part of the community, not an isolated position. So don't worry. Why do we get nervous? This might be a bit more philosophical, but why do we get nervous? What do you think? At least in my case, I was so nervous because I didn't want to fail. What if the participants think I'm not doing well? Or maybe I should do great, and I can't accept the idea that I might do something wrong. I just want them to see my best performance that I can do. But no, you do a good one, you do also a bad one. But you keep piling up numbers of experiences. Even this YouTube video, for example, It's impossible for me to keep all 5 stars for every video. I do a good one, also I do bad one. And I receive thumbs down as well. And it's normal. We cannot make everyone happy, and that's okay. But if you find someone who is unhappy and share their experience, let's listen to them. It could be useful for your future session. My message here is focus on what you can do right now at this moment. If you don't complete your session on time, write down reason why and what is the better solution for next time. Write down what didn't work and what did work well, and don't dwell on the past lessons. Instead, do more. Keep moving on with improved plan. Maybe next one doesn't go well. Okay, so do the same thing. Why it didn't work well? What is the improved plan? And try again. Keep doing and doing again and again. And at some point, you surprise yourself thinking that, oh, I'm actually doing. Now let's take actions. What do you want to teach? What is your first lessons plan? And how many people can you accept for that? Or how long does it take to complete the class? And for the place, do you need to book somewhere? Or is it gonna be online? Where is the place that people can find your session? Once you make a plan, you're gonna need to announce that. Is it gonna be social media platform? Also, your local community center could be interesting too. They have lots of classes including art, and your class will be one of them. Or maybe some art studio or art shops has a workplace. That could be the place for you to do the session. People who love art comes to the shop or art studio and find your class. You could also talk to one person saying that I'm gonna do a free session for teaching my art. And you can also ask someone to bring their friends, but make a limitation. For example, I'm gonna teach this art for 10 people. And then after you finish 10 people, probably you will get an idea how to teach and complete the session. Then you can start charging. What I want to say in this video is you're ready. You already have what you need. Usually I make my video with full script so that I don't mess up and summarized well and be ready. Yeah, it's kind of preparation that I was talking about in this video. Yeah, because I want to avoid the situation, I should have said it differently. Have you ever experienced that you start thinking that, oh, I should have done that, and you start traveling many different scenarios in your mind? I call it brain traveling. It's human things, right? It's hard going to the past and not judging. But also we're gonna need to aware that those experiences shape you today and your decision and how we choose to live. So by living, we are piling up many things. At the same time, we cannot dwell on that too much. Let's focus what we can today, because you're already doing great. Now I'm gonna say my next content is gonna be Thursday. So I'll be super happy if you subscribe this channel. And I'm an artist who enjoys sharing inspiration of creating. I will see you soon, and bye bye.